Welcome into downtown Tulsa, where we get set for Tulsa Roughnecks soccer in the 2018 home opener inside the Western Conference of the USL, as we welcome in the Real Monarchs, which would be their season opener. We are excited to bring you tonight's contest high atop the press box here at the One Oak Field Stadium. Jeremy Poplin joined by Dave Saunders. And down on the field level, Brady Ballou, the third member of our broadcast team, which we will welcome in coming up here in just a few moments. But the expectations are rather lively for this Tulsa Roughnecks side, Dave. After qualifying for the playoffs last season, home opener, and you're bringing in the top team from the Western Conference last season from the regular season. There's a lot on the line in this three-game homestand with the Roughnecks opening up here this evening.
There is. Good evening, Pop. Good evening to everybody, wherever you're coming into downtown Tulsa. It is another fantastic season here for the Tulsa Roughnecks, and it could not get any more difficult than tonight's opponents. We know the quality of them. We know the quality of the coach, Mr. Briggs, and his squad that he brings here to Tulsa. And after the defeat last week, Pop, you know, David Vodra will need to get something on the board here tonight in front of his home crowd. And as you say, it's the first one of three.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be set to go with the pregame show next here with Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer.
Trusted Hillcrest Medical Center. Decades of innovation, inspiration, and passion have positioned Hillcrest as a premier hospital in Tulsa. It takes more than just medicine to save a life. It takes courage, patience, and determination. Thank you for a century of trust and the privilege to serve you. Hillcrest Medical Center, serving Oklahoma for 100 years.
PSO Power Hours customers talk about their new thermostat.
The fact that you get a free thermostat, it's quite a perk.
Makes your house a smart home because of the Wi-Fi thermostat.
Can you get the app on my phone and I can adjust the thermostat as I need it?
Just pull out the phone, you can turn it to what you want it to, and whenever you walk in, the house is nice and cozy.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I mean, I love that feature.
See your program options and sign up today at psoklahoma.com/powerhours.
More and more people have discovered something stronger, more dependable, longer lasting in a Chevy truck. And now you can too. See why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Get a total value of almost $8,000 on this Silverado All-Star when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $2,500 competitive owner cash allowance.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to tulsarefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. tulsarefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
For 100 years, Tulsa has trusted Hillcrest Medical Center. Decades of innovation, inspiration, and passion have positioned Hillcrest as a premier hospital in Tulsa. It takes more than just medicine to save a life. It takes courage, patience, and determination. Thank you for a century of trust and the privilege to serve you. Hillcrest Medical Center, serving Oklahoma for 100 years.
More and more people have discovered something stronger, more dependable, longer lasting in a Chevy truck. And now you can too. See why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Get a total value of almost $8,000 on this Silverado All-Star when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $2,500 competitive owner cash allowance.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
For 100 years, Tulsa has trusted Hillcrest Medical Center. Decades of innovation, inspiration, and passion have positioned Hillcrest as a premier hospital in Tulsa. It takes more than just medicine to save a life. It takes courage, patience, and determination. Thank you for a century of trust and the privilege to serve you. Hillcrest Medical Center, serving Oklahoma for 100.
Welcome into the 2018 regular season home opener for the Tulsa Roughnecks as they open up this home campaign hosting the Real Monarchs SLC. Welcome in, everyone. Settle in for what should be an exciting match tonight. I am Jeremy Poplin, joined by Dave Saunders, Brady Ballou down on the pitch level. We will bring him in here in just 1 second, but the season opener for the Real Monarchs SLC, Dave, a team which saw them last year capture the regular season championship in the West Conference, and what a remarkable year that side had with Mark Briggs coming in after one game in the regular season, took over there after that first week, and from that point forward, 28 plus goal differential, only 31 goals allowed, lost in the playoffs on PKs to Sacramento. It was a disappointment for them, and on the home side, the Roughnecks qualifying for the playoffs for the very first time in their very short history. Let's get some of the keys to the match, and with that, we welcome in Brady Ballou, the newest member of our broadcast team.
Thanks, Pop. I've got 3 keys to tonight's match against the Real Monarchs. First being, we have to be organized in the back. We've got to defend those chances, push the ball out wide, and let our experience in the back deal with everything. Second, we've got to keep the ball away from Sebastian Velasquez, their number 10. If he gets the ball, he's able to play through the lines pretty well. We've got to take him out of the game. Number 3, we've got to take some pride at home. We've got to feel a little bit closer to the fans. Hopefully they can get behind us, and we can take care of the game tonight. Thanks, Pop. Back to you.
The Roughnecks hold a 2-1-3 all-time record against the Monarchs, the only defeat coming in a 1-0 home loss during the 2016 season. A season in which the Roughnecks were one of the bottom teams in the Western Conference. We are almost set for action here tonight. It is an interesting look for the Monarchs, who have 6 first-teamers, at least on first-team contracts, that are in their lineup here this evening. And the Roughnecks coming off that 1-0 loss in the Black Gold Derby last week on the road to Oklahoma City, trying to find a way to open up some excitement and some energy here at home, and I can't think of a better way to get it started than with this Monarchs team.
Absolutely right. Here, as the referee blows the whistle, here we go, 2018 season. Roughnecks will want to get something out of this, but
9 key members of this Monarchs team from last season are back, and they have added some quality depth as well. On the Roughnecks side, you will see a lot of new faces, as we did last week here in the lineup. Let's run down the starters for the home side. Of course, Fabian Serta, he is such a key piece to the success of the Roughnecks there in goal. Enrique Montano, Adrian Jusino, Claudio Munoz, Paris G, Michael Binns. Lots of expectations on his shoulders. Mirkovic, Michael Gamble, Fernando Arce, Joaquin Rivas, and John Perez round out the starting 11 here for the Roughnecks, who are showing signs here early of deep penetration in the far corner, and has awarded, as the assistant referee, an early corner in this matchup. Dave Saunders.
Yeah, Michael Gamble getting involved there on the right-hand side. He can also play up front, but Vodro's gone with him wide on the right, linking up well with Paris G. Paris G playing it right back tonight. He played it left back last week against OKC. Corner to the Roughnecks.
Here's Arce, who is extremely dangerous over the ball. In swinger, curling in, directed towards the area, headed out of the box by the Monarchs, and quickly we'll see if they can turn this into transition. Try to control a tad bit of the ball here, keep possession as they are up near midfield. Roughnecks in their 4-2-3-1 lineup this evening. It's a 4-5-1 essentially for the Real Monarchs. Opening up here. Perfect weather conditions for the start of this one here tonight. Tad bit hazy. We have been battling some wildfires in the Tulsa Metroplex area over the last few weeks. So that is where the haze comes in. But outside of that, it is a fantastic night for the season opener here at One Oak Field.
Yeah, perfect weather, isn't it? Not too hot. It's been a nice warm day here today, but when that sun went down, it's just perfect, isn't it?
There's Arce in the center circle. Contact there. Draws the foul, and the Roughnecks will try to turn the other direction here just in the opening minutes.
Yeah, Arce drawing the foul there, and Paris G now on the right-hand side for the Roughnecks.
Paris G is a player that David Vodro felt comfortable with in bringing back for another campaign here in Tulsa. Was excited about the growth that he saw from Paris towards the end of the year last year. And now finds himself in a new position here, playing across the back line, when we were used to seeing him from the midfield last season in 17.
Yeah, he's one of those utility players, isn't he? He's one of those players you say is a coach's dream, because he can play in various positions. As I said, he's played left back last week. He's playing right back tonight. And as you said, he can play deep midfield player as well.
Settled there from the corner of the 18, given away. Here come the Roughnecks. Binns there, controlling, finds Paris G across the back line. Tad bit of pressure there, cuts towards the touchline, taken away. A turnover here in the far end. Nice ball, slid into the middle towards the penalty area, but a good job there by the Roughnecks defense. That's Jusino stepping in at the right time, because the Monarchs were on goal.
Yeah, Jusino's had a good start to the game, the big number 5. Big responsibility on his shoulders, and he's come in tonight and he's had a good first few minutes.
Munoz puts this one back in play. One of the new faces to this Roughnecks side. Harassed there from behind. The heels were clipped, and the Roughnecks now find themselves with another kick. That's Mirkovic.
Mirkovic is an experienced campaigner, isn't he? And he sits there in front of the back 4. He'll break up the play for the, you know, when the Monarchs come forward. There he is, trying to thread a ball forward.
We saw something directly before that ball played from Mirkovic, and that was the first touch there from Joaquin Rivas, who there from the outside wing was able to create a little bit of space as he cuts centrally to the inside. He is one of the spotlight players, I know, in both of our opinions tonight, if the Roughnecks are looking to have success.
Absolutely right. He had a great season last season, became an instant fans' favourite, and he needs to get going in this home opener here. Didn't have much of the ball to feet last week.
Slotted centrally, now played to the outside, cutting to the inside of the box. Monarchs will take their time. Now here's a try from distance that sails not only wide, but Ruiz thought that he'd have a go here in the early going and was well off the mark, so a goal kick now coming up for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, just before that effort, I thought Baird, the number 27, Corey Baird there, coming in from the left-hand side, I thought he might have had a shot there, but didn't quite have the angle.
If you are tuning in, not only locally through the Cox feed, but also through the USL website, as Serta's long ball forward looking, searching ball there for Rivas. Rivas gets a touch on it. The defender does well to play it off of Rivas and earn a throw-in. You've noticed some rather significant changes to the pitch here at One Oak Field, and that is the installation of the retractable pitcher's mound here on the baseball surface, which has created a far larger playing surface, now 70 yards wide by 110 yards long. And with the Division II status and having the exemption in the past, the Roughnecks made this investment to have the retractable mound to make sure that the surface here at One Oak Field was up to standard. Long curling ball looking for the center. Parrish G is there. Header in the side of the net. And the Monarchs strike early on a brilliant service. And the goal by Corey Baird. And the Monarchs strike here in the 7th minute. And that ball sailed directly over the top. I believe that was Parrish G that was in the back. And Serta standing directly there, as we'll see the replay.
Yeah, it was a great ball in from the right-hand side. And there, as you said, Parrish G there rising up, trying to get on the header, but it was over his head. And there was Corey Baird coming in from the left-hand side. And he's absolutely delighted to put the Monarchs one up with just 7 minutes gone.
As we mentioned, 6 players via the first team on a first-team contract. Baird is one of those, and he strikes here in the early going. Roughnecks in an early hole in this opening moments. We'll check in with Brady Ballou in just one moment. Here's Mirkovic. Back almost to the halfway line, finds Parrish G. They will switch to the opposite side of the field. Trying to track this ball down and not in enough time. Michael Binns could not get there. Let's check in with Brady Ballou, who's down on the playing surface. Brady, opening goal here in the first 7 minutes. How do you respond to that if you're one of the Roughnecks players?
Yeah, you take it on the chin. You got to deal with those chances, and I think Dave will want to get the guys together as soon as possible, and hopefully Munoz can get the guys all on the same page, and they can come back and fight back to get a quick goal.
By the way, we want to welcome Brady in as a new member of our broadcast team. Pablo Ruiz will stand over this one. It's a group of 4 players towards the back post. This one curling in towards the near post. Serta, that one glanced off, I believe, of Mirkovic. Serta had to do well off of the deflection. Has it and will now play forward.
I'm just looking at another replay of the goal, and Parrish G, it's a nightmare for a defender. He just did everything right. He rose up there, but it was a perfect ball in, pop over his head, and Corey Baird must have been absolutely delighted when he saw the ball come to him, and no chance, of course, for the goalkeeper, Fabian Serta. Great goal. And if you coach Briggs, it's just what you wanted. If you coach Fodrill now, you've got to really set your stall out and say, right, how are we going to get back into this game? It's an early goal, so plenty of time in the game, of course.
Roughnecks trying to maintain a bit of possession here. Here's Binns. The Jamaican international plays out wide, finds Montano. Arce looking for Montano. The host of Monarchs players now surrounded. Binns will use this opportunity. Clip from behind, and there's a foul on Michael Binns.
Yeah, a lot expected of Michael Binns, Jamaican, isn't he? He's, come again with experience, and he'll settle in that midfield alongside Mirkovic and try and break up the play as much as he can and then get things moving forward from the Roughnecks' point of view.
Michael Binns does have some USL experience, spending part of the 2016 season with Wilmington in the Eastern Conference. Attempt to build from the back now for the Tulsa side. Long searching ball forward. The assistant's flag is up. That was Perez who was caught in the offsides position.
Yeah, and a bit of a head clash there. Referee just checking in and on both defender and attacker. Mirkovic is in there having a chat with the referee, wondering if there's any more to that. I don't think there was, personally. But it's a couple of times now that, you know, the long ball has been played by Tulsa. It might be a weapon that they use tonight against this very, very good defense. Everybody okay from that clash? Another point to make on the great goal scored by the away side for the goalkeeper, the home goalkeeper, Fabian Seder. It's, again, a bit of a nightmare for a goalkeeper when you're having to pick the ball out of the net and you've barely touched it. You know, normally you want a nice catch or something, a shot to save where you can just get a feel of the football. But he's been beaten, you know, in that 7th minute by a great header. And as a goalkeeper, that's just the worst thing. So he's got to keep his mind on the game. And here come the Roughnecks.
Dead ball sprint. Good job by the defender there to knock that one away. Great hustle on the help defense as well from the Monarchs. There's an opportunity there for Perez. Thought that he would try to run onto that one a little bit more, and the defender caught him off guard, using some of that speed there centrally.
That was neat play from the home side. Paris G just giving the ball away in the end.
Ball played down the far touchline. Sliding tackle away there from Tricino to thwart the Monarchs attack. Throw into the near from the far side, excuse me, and that results in a giveaway. Roughnecks with the throw in. Hoffman, who played it back, then a giveaway and over the byline for a goal kick now for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, they'll be glad of just a little bit of respite here. It's not been, you know, thrown at them minute by minute. They've come up against a very good team, but they're getting themselves into the game on the home side with some neat little play we saw just a few minutes ago. And now they build again from the back with Jacino.
Looking to play out wide for Montano. Horwath, also from the parent club, plays it wide. Coming down to close out on the outside, Munoz. Looking to run onto the ball, there was Arce. And unable to keep that one in the run of play there in front of the Monarchs bench.
Yep, chance again for the Roughnecks to build inside the Monarchs half here.
Looking for Perez, that one knocked, or excuse me, Montano knocked away from him, played back to Horwath. Horwath with a giveaway. They're in their own defensive third. Roughnecks tried to take advantage of this, trailing 1-0 on the goal by Corey Baird in the 7th minute. Popped directly into the air, outside the edge of the 18-yard box. Finds its way out to Paris G. Service into the box, cleared away. Still not out of the danger area, though, yet. Roughnecks and Michael Binns slipping on the surface. And quickly to the opposite end, here they come towards the midfield. That's Michael Chang. Header played for Velasquez. Nice ball slotted between the Roughnecks defense. That was Hoffman. And Hoffman essentially had put himself in a position right there inside the arc And on a diagonal run, on a brilliant ball that's actually played directly through the center of the midfield, that's the right idea on the build-up there for the Monarchs.
If you're a striker, that's exactly what you want. And we know what Mr. Hoffman's like in front of goal. Potent, you know, in front of goal. Scored a lot of goals last season. And that was almost a perfect ball. Just over hit for him, but he made the right run, as you quite rightly say, Bob.
Cleared away from the 18. That's Hoffman with the first touch now. Attacking through the center of the pitch. Here come the Monarchs cutting to the inside, and that was a collective effort there on the defense, hustling back as Velasquez found himself with space and went to attack the defender head on, but midfield hustling back. Well done there from the Roughnecks.
Yeah, well done, Mikovic, for getting that touch in there back to Fabian Soda. But again, Velasquez is a great player, playing in the number 10 position in the 4-2-3-1 for the away side. That's just over hit. But he's a good player and a good, you know, support for Chandler Hoffman, the captain.
Hoffman, by the way, does such a great job of playing that high line, but also coming back to receive the ball. He has such a presence on the pitch where he's at and knowing where he's at every single moment.
Well, in the modern game, I mean, you know, a lot of teams, like both teams tonight, are playing one up top, and we know that Hoffman's a great goal scorer, but you're absolutely right. It's more than that these days, isn't it? You've got to work for the team, create opportunities for sometimes a 4 or 5 man midfield. Here they come again.
Got some space here on the near side. That's a poor played ball, and then the deflection there from the Roughnecks. Munoz has seen better days on that clearance attempt, and it results in a corner now coming up for the Monarchs here from the near side.
Yeah, a bit of a swing at that one from the Chilean, and just sliced away. Thankfully, it didn't go anywhere near the goal, but it is a chance for the Monarchs again from this corner. It's going to be taken by Pablo Ruiz.
Ruiz with the left foot. In swinger, played in towards the front post. They had a run that was there. Beasler on that diagonal run, got a piece of it, trickles out to the opposite side. Monarchs now. 3-man triangle. Service directly towards the penalty spot. Contact there as both players attempting to get to that ball first. Another cross here, splitting in between the two defenders. Actually amazing that Chang was able to get to that ball between both defenders. Not much on the head as Serta now to the opposite end of the field.
Yeah, it was another chance, but thankfully there wasn't enough on the header there. I think it was from Chang, wasn't it? As you said, the ball was into the box. It was headed out, and good challenge, by the way, between the centre-back Gallagher and Perez. Nothing doing as well. They both just got up and on with it, and I was just watching a replay, and there was the header, but it was an easy bounce into the grateful arms of Fabian Soda. It remains 1-0 to the Monarchs.
Here's Mirkovic. Turn and Arce. Out wide. Towards the far end on the corner. Job of defending there, but the Monarchs have been a step in front of the Roughnecks every single time that they've been able to penetrate into that corner and offensive third. Here from midfield is Ruiz.
Yeah, nothing doing there at all from the former New England Revolution man Michael Gamble, who he said is playing out wide on the right, but I'm sure he would like to see a little bit more ball to feet if he could.
Henley with the throw. Attacking, back to Henley, off of the run from the outside. Referee points in favor of the corner, and the Monarchs now.
Yeah, Henley's an interesting character. He's played in England. He's played a couple of times for Wales, and playing at right back tonight, the number 3. Good player, good defender.
You know, part of this Monarchs team, as we mentioned, 9 returning players from last year's team, and they lose a guy like Lakawecki to Tampa Bay, and so far they have shown that in the early going that they have not missed his presence so far.
No, it's an interesting contrast between the two teams, Pop, isn't it? That you've got the Monarchs coming in who know each other so well and, you know, have added to their squad, and then you take the Roughnecks who, what have we got on the field? 3 players, I think, who were here last season. The rest are new, and it's going to take time for them to all to bed in and, you know, play together, isn't it?
foul at the far end. Let's check in with Brady Ballou, who's down on the playing surface. Brady, your feel here for the first 20 minutes as we've seen the Monarchs come in and take the 1-0 lead.
It's been a bit frantic from both sides, but I think people are starting to feel each other out now. I think the Roughnecks are ready to settle in and make some chances of it.
One of your keys tonight was seeing the Roughnecks players play wide. As this long ball collected there from the chest. We'll go back to Brady here in a second. Great bit of defending there by Paris G to deny the Monarchs, but a steal back quickly. Looking there centrally for Hoffman. Defender over the top of Hoffman there, and now a quick throw in to the opposite side. All the way back through the center circle. Played to the near side, Henley. Chang was showing there with his glutes on the touchline, calling for that ball, did not get it from Velasquez. Monarchs fortunate here to maintain with their throw in. Now Velasquez will leave for Henley. Henley step over in front of Rivas. Now to Velasquez. Poor ball played in towards the 18. Roughnecks here trying to deal. Played over the top. Arce is in the area, but the assistance flag is up on the far side. That's 3 or 4 times, Dave Saunders, that we've seen now either Montano or Perez.
Sometimes that can be great discipline from the defense, can't it? You know, you push up the back four to a fairly high line. We'll just come to the plate.
Not much trouble there at all for Serta. That was an effort from Velasquez. Attempted to test Serta there on the post, but not much on it. A slow dribbler back to the keeper.
And just to finish my point, sometimes, as I say, it's great, you know, defending. They know each other so well. They push up together. Sometimes it's slight laziness of the strikers, or they're expecting the ball to be played a little bit quicker than it is, and you just stray a yard or so offside.
I want to give a special thank you to Soccer City in Tulsa, an official partner of the 2018 Tulsa Roughnecks. One of the great sponsors that we have here for not only One Oak, but for the Tulsa Roughnecks side. Game number 2 for the Roughnecks, the opening game for the Monarchs, who have an incredible new facility that we will get into coming up a little bit later, and are just a few short weeks away from debuting their new home stadium.
Well, it was a pretty good goal and goal of the week. Make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at uslsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season.
There's the new facility there in Harriman City, southwest corner of the Salt Lake metro area. Just 20 minutes to the opposite side of Rio Tinto. Left-footed ball directly across the 18-yard box. Leaves there for G, and Horwath easily plucks that one out of the air, and quickly with the outlet pass come the Monarchs. Long ball forward looking for Hoffman. Hoffman gets just a piece of it, but Serta will track this one down 3 yards outside of the 18.
And I was talking to one of the Monarchs officials who said they can't wait, of course, for the new stadium pop, April the 30th.
The renderings and the photos that we've seen so far have been absolutely gorgeous. Here's Hoffman. Spreads outside wide. That's Chang. Chang from outside the 18. It's sliding save there as the vet Munoz got just enough of a piece of it to keep it away from the hard charging Monarchs player.
Yeah, I think, you know, the centre-back pairing for the Roughnecks of Jacinho and Muniz have done pretty well up against a good team, as we say. They're only marking, you know, one up front, but as we've alluded to earlier in the modern game, you get a lot of running from midfield. Velasquez playing in the number 10 role, and they do look pretty good coming forward, don't they, the Monarchs? But so far, it's pretty good. You know, just the one goal conceded on in the 7th minute.
The look there at Mirkovic on your screen. Mirkovic, in a way, is somewhat of a throwback player, Dave Saunders, a no-nonsense type of player, not afraid at all to make his opinion known and his feelings known, and also someone that will not allow the opposition to create, let's see, I want to phrase this properly, to create a certain atmosphere, if you know what I mean. He's a very take charge type player. Reminds me a lot of, you know, players from a different era.
Yes, and in my opinion, I would love to see a few more of them. But here we go. Here's the Monarchs again.
Towards the byline. Slide that will keep that cross down. And a corner now coming up as we enter the 27th minute. Good work from Paris G. They're on the right side.
Don't know if we can bring Brady Ballou in here. Brady, if you're the defenders, you know, are you happy with what's coming through the midfield at you if you're a Roughnecks defender?
Obviously, you'd like to patch it up. I think Binns and Mirkovic have done a good job tracking back and dealing with those runners, but communication is going to be key as the match goes on for those guys.
Yeah.
See the Titan Sports Complex logo, new sponsor, as that corner is there and just barely misses. A golden opportunity goes by the wayside. That was Baird, that was right there, could have been setting on the brace as we see the replay on the service in from the corner, Dave Saunders.
Yeah, it was a good ball in, and there it was a kind of a footer. It could actually have been a corner. I'm not sure Baird got too much on that pop. My aging eyes might have deceived me there, but yeah, nearly a second one for Baird, and a second header of the night as well.
I think Baird thought that he had his second one. Then you immediately saw the hands go to the top of the head in disbelief. Roughnecks using the width of this pitch here. It was one of Brady Ballou's keys to this game. Unlucky there. Actually, the ref will now say that clipped a hand of one of the Monarchs players.
And a little tactical switch from David Rodrill. Gamble's come on to the left-hand side wearing 9, and Rivas wearing 11 is now on the right of that 3 in the 4-2-3-1 formation.
Here's Arce. Left-footed bender from Arce, curling there. Great ball. Dipped in at just the right time.
Yeah, Arce's pretty good, isn't he, with the dead ball situations. We've seen a few tonight, and that was a good deep cross in there, but nothing doing. There's Michael Gamble. As we said, New England Revolution experience, and he can play as a striker, but he's playing out wide, both right and left of that 3 at the moment.
We saw Arce take that free kick, and I think Arce coming in, even at 22, Dave, is a player that I feel like there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders to be that guy, to kind of fill, and it's almost unfair when you say to fill the shoes of a Juan Pablo Caffa to be that guy, but you know, the Argentinian does have what I feel like might be as much pressure as anyone on this side here, especially in the early going. Boy, lots of space there surrounding it. Out to the outside is Chang.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think there is a lot of pressure on Fernando Arce's shoulders playing in that number 10 situation as the Roughnecks just clear. Paris G will clear that anywhere. But yeah, he's the one, you know, in the 4-2-3-1, he's the one who's got to make everything tick. You know, Caffa did it last season. He's got to do it this season.
Header out of the box. Here's Binns. Binns harassed. Taken off of the ball. The shot that's in, and that curler just wide of the post.
Well,
dangerous living here for the Roughnecks in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, Corey Bear could have had a hat-trick tonight, couldn't he? That looked really close. We'll see the replay here, just how close it was. But here, Binns gets dispossessed, and here's a curler. It was, a few yards over, but Corey Bear looks... he's a good player, isn't he? Wide on that left-hand side of the 3.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Roughnecks have not had much possession here in the last few moments. Out wide. Maybe a poor angle on that ball. Both of us had the same motion from the box of pointing further out wide.
And I think Montano, the left back there wearing 4, was frustrated because he made a good run. He was in space, and if it had gone to him, there would have been 2-on-1. And that's obviously what you want when you're attacking.
'31st minute. Monarchs leading 1-0. It was a 7th minute goal by Corey Baird. Monarchs defenders closed down in such timely fashion.
Well, and that was Mirkovic, who was the furthest player forward. You don't often see that, do you? The defensive midfielder, and he got there and he got a tackle in, and the Roughnecks have got a throw in a good advanced position here with Paris G.
Yeah, Rivas will leave for Paris. Almost from the far corner. Long throw in over the top. Finds its way over the top of 2 defenders and then cleared up towards midfield. Simple ball played back. Trusino leaves for Serta. Serta's left-footed boot up past midfield. In between Hoffman. Here's Mirkovic. Just caught up there next to one of the Monarchs players that stopped that forward progress there from Tulsa. And now tracking this down there where the new retractable mound is was Trusino.
It's been a good game, isn't it? Both sides trying to play some football. There haven't been any bad fouls or anything. And, you know, it's been a good game, well refereed, and so far a good spectacle. If you're the away side and you're a supporter of the Monarchs, you're really pleased with proceedings. If you're the home side, you say, well, come on, we want a few more efforts on goal. Make the keeper work a little bit, Mr. Allworth. He's not really had a save to make so far.
Brady, some of your thoughts on the first 33 minutes?
Yeah, I think Claudio Munoz hasn't put a foot wrong tonight. He's been really steady for us. If we can get him to push those outside backs in front of us a little bit more, and we can engage Paris and Montano up in the attack a little bit further, I think we'll have a good chance of creating a few more opportunities in front of goal later in the game.
Right now, currently possession setting at 55% for the Monarchs. Last week in the Black Gold Derby, opportunity here for Tulsa. Here's the byline, that one cut down and now played out of the back end. Roughnecks with the throw in. Quickly they will go looking for some possession. That one though tracked down from Velasquez.
Yeah, Velasquez winning that one back, and here come the Monarchs again.
Hoffman with another showing run, but they go to Chang. Chang there still showing to the outside, receives it. Good run from the midfield inside the 18, cutting towards the byline. Was unable to save that one. I thoroughly enjoy the movement off the ball from the Monarchs. There's not a lot of standing and watching, and as you watch when they drop into support, almost very well aware of every single angle that they can take. They look sharp for this being opening night.
They certainly do. They've obviously played together. There was a pull back then on Rivas, going to be, was it? Yes, the referee is giving it to the Roughnecks. No, they do. You're right. You're right. The movement off the ball is exceptional, and not one of them stands still when they're in the attacking third.
Mirkovic here, directly from midfield. 35th minute. Will now leave. It's Munoz. Playing towards the corner is Munoz. That's Paris G. And now a corner here for the Roughnecks. I want to get Brady's thoughts real quick. Brady, with this new surface here, 70 yards wide, how much of a transition has it been in the past from going on the road and playing in fields that are regulation to coming back to the narrow pitch here at One Oak? It's got to be an advantage even for the home side now.
Yeah, it can definitely be an advantage, Pop. I think teams come in here not really knowing what to expect in terms of the size of the pitch, and they have to adapt to the style of the play that the Roughnecks play. And
that was an attempt there from Parashee off of the rebound. Heads up there. Actually, that was Arce. It was Arce off of the rebound, came back and gave the attempt, was looking for that far post, just missed wide, and that might have been one of the better opportunities here in the first few minutes for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, here's the replay. It certainly was. Here he is, Arce, just standing inside the box there. Hits it, sweet left-footed shot through a crowded defenders. Not easy for the goalkeeper. And Rivas is jumping up in the air because if he'd just been a yard further on, although he could possibly have been offside, he would have had a tap in.
There were two Roughneck players that were there. Munoz was there in the middle, and Rivas there on the back post.
It's difficult, isn't it, when someone hits a shot from there? You know, you can't go too early because you're offside, you know, and it was just wide of the target. But as you said, Pop, that's the best opportunity for the home side inside the 36 minutes we've played.
Hoffman, who has trickled to the outside here. Shang, dispossessed there by Binns, just couldn't get to it in enough time. Here come the Roughnecks, hoping to turn this into a quick transition game. They have numbers to the outside. It's Rivas that's to the right of Arce. Elects to go to the near side. The chip towards the far corner. And unlucky there are the Roughnecks. That was Perez. And there were several options for Arce, who was on a full head of steam. Rivas to his right. And then Gamble was there.
It's easy to say from up here, Pop, isn't it, as we see a replay. Here's Arce, and you're right. Look, there's Rivas to the right. He decides to go left to Gamble, and then Gamble, I think, just in two minds. Do I try and chip the keeper? And there's Rivas frustrated because he perhaps could have had the ball from Arce, but as I say, it's very easy to say from up here in our lofty position, looking down on the pitch. But good signs if you're a Roughnecks fan.
Yeah, there was essentially three options there because Perez was trailing there directly behind, had two options out wide, and just unfortunate. And here's where the Roughnecks have to be careful. Hoffman. Rivas. Looking for Gamble out wide. That one knocked down by the defender, Hindley. Serta called into action. That one off of the deflection from the defender results in a corner coming up just off the fingertips of Serta.
Wonder if Brady Blue had a view on that one. Brady, could the keeper have done better there, Fabian Serta, maybe?
It's a perfect cross from Danilo Acosta. Not much more Fabi could have done with it. Hands down, one of the more dangerous crosses we've seen tonight.
Yeah, point taken.
Binns out of the box. Gamble. Nice footwork there from Gamble. Finally dispossessed. Monarchs with a tad bit more possession here, cutting to the inside. Taken away there by the center back, Jusino. Keeps his dribble towards the center circle, now to Rivas. The energy level for the Tulsa side seems to have risen here in the past few minutes. As they dump towards the corner flag, just miscommunication there.
I think both coaches will have taken down a few mental notes to talk to their teams at halftime. If you coach Briggs, you know, you're quite pleased that you've had the majority of the possession, you've got the goal early. Maybe he might be saying to his defence, you know, we can't allow Arce the amount of time and space he had in that previous attack. And if you coach Vodril, you know, you're saying how can we link up more the midfield with the attack and create more opportunities on goal. I think Coach Vodril will be quite pleased with the way his side have defended. The goal, you know, over the top of Parashee's head, not much he could do about that. So long time to go in this game, and it's fairly evenly poised.
Hey, make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the entire season. What an exciting 2018 here in USL, with not only new faces to each side, but new cities as well. We welcome in Fresno and Las Vegas. Gamble tracking back. That's several times we've seen Henley now, almost in the exact same type of idea that Brady Ballou was talking about, with getting Paris G involved offensively, and also Montano. Henley has made his presence felt.
Yeah, he's a great player, both defensively and, you know, offensively as well. Beat the experts. Have you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com? Show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL's matchups each week of the season.
Have a equipment malfunction, Brady?
It looks like we've got Jacinho switching out boots. He's elected to go with a little bit lower top of a boot, switching from Nike to Adidas.
It's a foul from behind. I believe that was Michael Binns who will get whistled for that. It was Velasquez who went down.
Slightly strange time, if I might say so, to be changing your boots, isn't it, Brady, when your side's under the cosh with 4 minutes to go to half-time?
Certainly not ideal. You'd think you could wait till halftime, but sometimes you just got to get it fixed.
It's a dangerous spot, is it not, Dave Saunders?
It is. Just, what is it, right of centre as they look on goal. A real opportunity here, and if you're a Roughnecks player, a manager, you do not want to concede a second right on half-time.
Four-man wall currently. Over the top of this is Ruiz. Ruiz near the near post, and they'll say that was a deflection. So a corner now.
Yeah, corner that did come off the head of somebody in the wall. So they survived it, and Ruiz, the man who took the free kick, will come across to this near side to our commentary position and swing this one in.
43rd minute. Fifth corner already of the match for the Monarchs. Left-footed in swinger. And we'll do it over again.
Yeah, dangerous ball in, but good header away.
That's Perez.
Yeah, Perez back there, all hands to the pump as we're coming up to the half-time break.
One more time from Ruiz. Over the top of Serta. Say the Roughnecks touched it last one more time.
Yeah, just flipped off ahead there, and so another corner, and Roughnecks have to dig in here. As we say, 2 minutes to go to half-time, and if you're the Monarchs, then you're looking for that second goal.
Well, extremely important here not to allow this second. If you're on the Tulsa side, towards the near post, cleared out of danger by Joaquin Rivas. Possession to the boot of Joaquin. Tripped up there. Still down is Joaquin, but dangerous.
Yeah, Joaquin got a bit of a knock there, but again, it's another corner.
This will be Portillo. Directly in front of Brady Ballou. 8th corner now. All right, that number has jumped up. Well done there from Serta to punch that one out of danger. Sets himself back. Ruiz harassed there by Michael Binns in a throw-in. Roughnecks under pressure here in the last 5 minutes, Brady Ballou.
Yeah, they've handled it well. I think if they can get out of this half without conceding, I think they can regroup second half.
We'll find out exactly how much time will be added here in just a moment. Only 1 minute of stoppage time will be added. So the Roughnecks have a limited amount of time here to make one strong push before half. Hey, don't forget the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. You can follow at USL on Twitter. Actually, they flashed 2 up on the board. Mirkovic with the poke, unable to save on the far side is Joaquin Rivas. As this first half almost set to come to a close. Still not out of the danger area yet. Roughnecks having work to do. A shot that's there, and Cerda's called into service. It makes a great save to keep it at 1-0. That's Velasquez, who found himself in some space, and now Chang cuts down the outlet pass and has a go that's there that just skips off the top of the bar. Oh, what an effort there from Chang. Living dangerously are the Roughnecks here in the final moments of the first half. We'll see here on the replay. This was the original save from Cerda on the Velasquez attempt. Long ball to the opposite end. This is Horwath, who has not been challenged much tonight at all, as we are close to the waning moments here in the first half. And that should do it. We'll get a few quick words from Dave Vaudreuil here in 1 second to discuss the first half. Before we do that, a new segment called From the Pitch. Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players in USLsoccer.com. From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. We'll find out exactly if Dave Vaudreuil is happy with his team's first half performance. Heavy pressure there in the final moments from the Monarchs side, who currently lead 1-0. It was the 7th minute goal from Corey Baird, which set the tone early in this matchup. And the Roughnecks fortunate to find themselves only trailing by 1 here as we get set to head into half. Dave Vaudreuil is approaching Dave Saunders. And let's go down on the pitch with Dave Saunders, who's standing by with the head coach, David Vaudreuil.
Goal, how well do you think your side have performed since then?
I think it got better. Every time we move the ball and play early and move, we're good. When we're casual and we're standing around and it just, okay, play a pass or two and then pump it up to the top, it's not our style of play. So when we win the ball, guys who are showing the ball have to come with more urgency and be more professional about it. Can't just make a flick and spin off the other way. Can't be casual with the ball. We're still giving the ball away too much. If we could keep the ball more, play in their half and make them defend it, I think we'll be fine. But, giving up the first goal, I think it unsettled us a little bit, and it took us a while to settle down. Coming with the win in the second half, I think we're in good shape, and, I expect us to come out here and win the second half.
Defensively, you pleased with your side?
Yeah, I thought the back four played very well, and especially when we gave a lot of balls away in our, from half field into our 35-yard line, it puts a lot of pressure on them. So I think, again, just like last week, they've been the best part of the best group of the team.
We'll let you get to your team, Coach. Thank you for your comments. That's Coach Vaudreuil there. The Roughnecks trailing at halftime then by 1-0. We got more after the break with Pop and Brady in the halftime show. Back after this.
By Jake Edwards, president of the USL, who's getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Looking at some of the players, we've had a number of internationals now that call the USL home. What does that mean to you and the rest of the folks at the league that we're seeing so many of these world-class players now apply their trade here with the USL?
It's important. It's a testament to the growth of the league, the exposure the league's getting around the world now, that players in a number of countries are now seeing the USL regularly, appreciating the quality of what's going on here, and want to make this the league they want to play in, whether that's Didier Drogba, Joe Cole, and players of that caliber and quality who have played at the very highest level. We've had a significant amount of players this season that have played in the Gold Cup, that have played in the World Cup qualifiers, that are playing full senior international, as well as a nice mix of some of the next best players coming out of this country, you know, players on the under-20 national teams. And it's an exciting mix on the field, and I think it just speaks to the commitment and the investment that the owners are making into their clubs, the quality of coaches we now have in our league, and their ability to recruit players from all around the world. And I think it's just the quality of the competition certainly attracting better and better players.
You touched on coaching a little bit with the number of call-ups that we've seen as well from the players here at the USL playing for their national teams. What does that speak to in terms of the quality of coaching that we've seen?
It's great, and it's an area of our league we take seriously, and we spend a lot of time on. We have a full-time department here that just works with our coaches. It is critical that we continue to attract better coaches all the time. We've got coaches now that have coached at the MLS, that have coached in Liga MX, that have coached in some of the top leagues around the world. What that brings is an understanding of what it takes to build a professional football club and how to instill a real football culture. Make no mistake, it's a large reason why we have so many top-class players coming in the league, and it's testament to the quality of coaches. Last year we had 2 coaches go on the new Federation Pro license. Now we've got 9 coaches on the Pro license this year, and more coming next year. So those coaches are doing tremendous work at the clubs, from the first team all the way down to the youth programs in the community.
PSO Power Hours customers talk about their new thermostat.
The fact that you get a free thermostat, it's quite a perk.
Makes your house a smart home because of the Wi-Fi thermostat.
I can get the app on my phone and I can adjust the thermostat as I need it.
Just pull out the phone, you can turn it to what you want it to, and whenever you walk in, the house is nice, cozy.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I mean, I love that feature.
See your program options and sign up today at psoklahoma.com/powerhours.
More and more people have discovered something stronger, more dependable, longer lasting in a Chevy truck. And now you can too. See why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Get a total value of almost $8,000 on this Silverado All-Star when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $2,500 competitive owner cash allowance.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Welcome back to One Oak Field as we bring you the halftime show live in the 2018 season opener on the home side for the Tulsa Roughnecks. I'm Jeremy Poplin, joined by Brady Ballou, who's down on the pitch level for the first half. Monarchs come in last season, 2017, regular season Western Conference champs. Incredible goal differential, only giving up 31 total goals on the season last year, and have the 1-0 lead here at halftime in the 7th minute via Corey Baird. Some of your quick thoughts, Brady, on what you saw pitch level.
Yeah, I thought on the Roughnecks side of things, Michael Gamble's pretty dangerous for us. I think if we can include him in more of the play, we'll be in a good situation later. For the Monarchs, I think Baird has obviously been the difference maker. They've been clean in their possession, and I think the Roughnecks are going to need to slow him down sooner rather than later before they end up breaking us down through the likes of Velasquez.
Did you feel at times the Roughnecks were a tad bit maybe too direct and Vaudrell talked coming off of the pitch at halftime about maybe a tad bit too much standing, but it seems to me that when they win possession, that's when you start to see them play more of their game, and that's one thing that Vaudrell mentioned, that he wants to make that a point in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's easy to play direct. It's the first home game of the year. Guys are excited. They want to be part of the goal. They want to be part of the assist. They want to make a difference. That's a normal thing that all players go through. So I think as those kind of first nerves break down, guys settle into their roles, get comfortable with each other with more time. I think we're in good shape.
And there's a lot of new faces. They had last week with Oklahoma City, all through the preseason, but to come in here, at what point in teams that you've played on in the past do you feel like that you finally start to get a good groove and you can anticipate some of those moves that your teammates are going to make? This is a long season. People have to remember that this team will be playing into October of this year, so the early portion of the season, albeit important, but there's still a feeling out process.
Yeah, it's different for every team. I think I've been part of teams that it's taken a third of the season. I've been part of the teams where you've gelled right away, and I've been part of teams where you've never gelled before at all. So I think it's different in every locker room, and it starts in the locker room. It starts off the field. Do guys mesh, and then that translates to things on the field. So hopefully the Roughnecks can do it sooner rather than later.
What's David Vaudrell like in the locker room at halftime?
You know, I think he's calm. He's calm. He wants to address the team in a way that brings them calmness too, and they can take that out to the field and show the fans that they're calm, composed, cool, collected, and then they can go out and get a goal and get this thing a level.
Lots of talk about the new pitch, widening the surface here at One Oak. How has it held up so far? You were down there on it.
Yeah, it looks decent. It looks about the same as last year in terms of the actual grass. The grounds crew here works day and night. They work really hard at making this a really professional playing service. The new mound obviously has caught the attention of fans all around the league, and it's absolutely wonderful up in person. I think they did an exceptional job.
You had an opportunity to catch up with Paris G earlier. You're going to be bringing in more packages throughout halftime shows throughout the entire year. One quick thought on Paris G.
Paris, he scored one of the goals of the season last year for the whole league at San Antonio in the playoffs from about 30 yards out. One of the best goals I've seen in person. I was able to sit down with Paris, kind of talk about what that does for his confidence, and he's calm going into this season, as he should be.
Here's Brady Ballou with Paris G.
What up, dude? Welcome back.
Thanks.
Good to see you. Looked like for you, it seemed pretty unordinary to like the usual USL player. So walk us through a day in the life of like what you've been up to in the off season.
Yeah. Well, off season, still training, obviously. So like in the mornings, I go train with my coach back home, relax, go get a coffee, have some lunch, and then train in the afternoon again. And that was basically every single day. And I had certain off days I'd go snowboarding or go snowshoeing in the mountain, and yeah.
Well, after Croatia, you find yourself heading back to Canada after 2 years, and you're there for a brief amount of time when you're kind of introduced to David Vaudrell. And so that kind of leads you on trial to Rayo OKC.
Yeah, so I went back to Vancouver, and I was talking to one of my buddies, Daniel Fernandez, who was playing for Rayo OKC at the time, and I needed a team to train with, so I went down there, stayed with them for 2 months, and met David, and just stayed in touch until the next year, and came in with Tulsa on trial and got a contract.
What kind of things from last year do you think that you are taking from Coach K to implement this year?
Definitely the healthy eating. The healthy eating and the training.
Do you normally struggle with a little bit of healthy eating?
I do. Yeah.
We're all guilty.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah. Season 2, back with the Roughnecks, back in Tulsa. We're excited to have you back. We're lucky to have you back. What does that do for your confidence going into this year?
I just feel a lot more confident on the ball, of my ability, visualizing before games what I can do, and now actually seeing that my visualizations can become a reality. I just keep focusing on that in every single game.
So. Yeah, it shouldn't surprise you now that I think teams are paying attention to what you're doing on the field, whether you're playing right back or center mid or a winger position. I think that kind of put you really on the map in terms of North American soccer. Your name was spread out all throughout the country after that. So knowing that, are you going to approach how you play the game a little bit differently, knowing that people may have paid attention to you?
No, not too bad. Not that much. I'd just play the way I usually do, and work hard, train hard, stick to the same schedule.
I believe Rihanna said the same thing.
Play hard. Is it play hard? I don't know.
And there's no better with Brady Ballou, his special guest, Paris G. And we want to welcome Brady to the broadcast all season long here on the Tulsa Roughnecks. Dave Saunders joins us back in the booth. Dave, you heard some of Brady's thoughts, some of your analysis here from the first half as we see some of the Roughnecks players starting to warm up.
Well, I mean, you never want to concede any goals, and you never want to concede a goal early, especially against someone who's won the league the year before and has only strengthened their squad. And congratulations to the visitors who got that early goal. And I'm not sure that Paris G could have done any more. I mean, it was the perfect cross. It was just over his head, and then it was Baird coming in to head home on, what, 6.5 minutes. And it's not the start you want when you've lost your first game away and you got your home opener. Having said that, you know, we know the quality of the opposition, but well done to the Roughnecks. They're a new side. We said there's only 3 players that have come back from last year, Paris G being one of them, of course. And, you know, they're moulding together, they're knitting together, and they put a few good moves together. What they have to do now, of course, is to try and get more pressure on the goalkeeper, Alexander Horwath, because he hasn't really had a save to make, Pop. There was just that shot that flashed wide. I think it was Arsa late on there, with Rivas possibly getting a tap in, although he could have been offside if he did. So the Roughnecks, you know, I thought Dave Vodrill gave me a pretty good synopsis of things in the first half, but for an early goal for the home side. But if you're the away side, you just want to get the second goal and try and kill the game off.
Let's look at some of the first half highlights from the home opener here for the Tulsa Roughnecks as we got started on a absolutely wonderful afternoon as we see the march into the stadium from the roustabouts, the supporter section here. There's a look at downtown with the fireworks and one of the best backdrops in all of USL. And here's the early going, and here's the first goal and the lone goal of the first half, Dave.
Yeah, great ball in, quality cross. And as I said, I'm not sure if you're Paris G. There it is. Look, I'm not sure he can do any more. Maybe a couple of steps back, but when the ball is the quality of that, I mean, you know, Baird, fantastic.
Here's Serta off of the deflection. Handles that one well. Baird one more time with the cross and the header. Not much on it. Serta handles it quite well. And to the opposite end for Tulsa, here's Arce on the deflection.
Yeah, this was the best opportunity, and Horwath would have been pleased to have seen that go past the post. And in fact, just on the replay there, he said was to the AR, he said was Rivas offside. Another opportunity there, good save from Serta right at the death of the first half. And, you know, credit the defence for the home side. They really had a lot of corners to contend with. That was a bad throw out, and then just a chip there that just grazed the top of the bar. That really was the end of the first half, wasn't it? So the Roughnecks really had to soak it up, and well played the Monarchs.
Goal in the 7th minute there from Baird has set the tone here for the Monarchs in their season opener in 2018.
Very early on in the season, obviously, but, you know, who's to say the Monarchs won't go and win this league again, Pop? You know, they look a quality outfit. They've clearly got great relationships with the first team. So here we go in the second half. We'll see what the Roughnecks can do against a very good away side.
I mean, if you're just going to mention from the fact that they have the quality of players back that they do and the additions that they have, why wouldn't you consider them one of the favorites here in the Western Conference here in the early going?
Well, that's it. I mean, clearly they know each other very well. The back four's organised, you know, but who knows? When the final whistle goes tonight, what will the score be? And we might be talking something different, but they do look a quality side. The Roughnecks newly together. We'll see what they can do in this second half.
You know, the road for Salt Lake City is difficult here in the opening portion of the season. It's a clip underneath, and that will have a yellow card that gets issued here, and that yellow will be awarded to Perez, who essentially clipped Horwath as he went up to retrieve that ball out of the air.
I understand the yellow card. What I don't understand, and I would even say this for any Roughnecks player as well, I don't like it when people go running after players or running after referees. Yes, okay, that was Horwath caught the ball well. There was a clip. Yellow card, no problem with that. But let's not have running after the referee or running after players. Call me old-fashioned if you like, Pop.
Old-fashioned. Horwath elects to go short. Long service ball forward here. And a throw-in for the Roughnecks. There's hardly any wind here at the stadium tonight. Roughnecks with the first of a 3-game homestand. First afternoon game coming up next weekend. 3 o'clock with the start. Will be great to have a afternoon game here at One Oak Field.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. We'll see what it brings through the turnstiles.
Monarchs now. Ooh, with a clip there. Paris G. Fortunate, maybe. We'll see on the replay if he truly got a piece of the player or not, but makes your heart skip a beat when you see a challenge from behind like that, and especially when a player hits the turf.
Well, and I can tell you that...
and there's a foul from behind, a little payback right there. And that is absolutely deserved of a yellow. And now you've got to maintain some composure here, as Munoz was just jogging back up the field. And that's Baird, who was just fouled on the opposite end. And we'll see here, did Paris...
Oh, yeah, I can see why Coach Briggs was remonstrating with the fourth official there. I think Paris G's got away with one there. And then a bit of retribution from Mr. Baird. I know it's a long way away from Brady. Brady, we've just seen the replay. You didn't have access to that. It was a foul by Paris. Got away with one there. But a bit of retribution from Mr. Baird with the foul getting a yellow card. Not sure Brady can hear us there, but what we can say is that it was definitely a foul. Brady's okay now. Brady?
Yeah, I think from my point of view, it was obviously difficult to see, but guys' tempers are going to start flying now. Everyone's going to want to make that difference, make that. The Monarchs are going to be pushing for another goal, and the Roughnecks are they're going to want to show these fans what they're about here.
Here's my favorite thing is poor Munoz wasn't involved in the foul. He's just tracking his way back up to the field, and Baird comes and gives him the shoulder. And rightfully so, a tad bit upset at that. Calmer heads have prevailed here, though.
Just had a substitution early on here for the Monarchs.
That's Charlie Adams, who has made his way on. The midfielder.
Yeah, he played a big part in their season last season. The lad born in Brentford, which is on the outskirts of London. I know it well. Good player,
So
Charlie Adams.
Ruiz on the switch. Looks like the athletic trainer is working on the left foot of Pablo Ruiz on the bench. Surrounded there on the touchline. Roughnecks win a throw-in. Speaking of athletic trainers, Kobe Smith is back this season as trainer for the Roughnecks and member of Tulsa Bone & Joint. New official orthopedic provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks. Tulsa Bone & Joint helping to keep the Roughnecks on the field. Here's the defender. It's Henley. Lots of pace there from Henley. Shot from the outside, deflected. It's Velasquez. Track down on the opposite side of the field. There's Acosta. Also Portillo. Back out to Henley. Right-footed ball into the area. Knocked away by the Roughnecks. Too much on the ball on the outlet over the top. Just a tad bit much there for Michael Gamble to run on. Monarchs back line, Dave Saunders has done well, including Gallagher and Beasler. They have been up to almost every challenge from the Roughnecks this evening.
Yes, they have. They've been solid. There were a couple of scares for them, weren't there, in the first half, which I'm sure the coach would have talked to them about at half-time, as I alluded to in the first half commentary. But apart from that, they've been pretty solid, and they've looked after anything the Roughnecks have thrown at them pretty well.
Facebook, the USL's official Facebook page, brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you. Good tackle. Keeps that away from Adams. Knocked away one more time on the poke from Montano. 53rd minute, Monarchs still leading 1-0. And now a corner. I believe this will be corner number 9 of the night now for the Monarchs.
Yeah, more defending for the home side to do. Everybody back inside the box, inside a white shirt. Another corner from the right-hand side.
This is Adams. Left-footed ball. Played out, still in possession of the Monarchs. Cross looking there. There were 2 players that were in the area. Now to the opposite side will go for another corner.
Yeah,
Chang.
Yeah, I think it was just off Munoz there.
This will be Portillo from this side. Adams, as we had mentioned, who just came onto the sub, led the Monarchs in assists last year. 8 assists while scoring a single goal. Also first team selection. There's a ball that's knocked out of the area. Looking for some possession here is Tulsa. Mirkovic just in enough time in front of Hoffman to get just a piece of it. Now a tad bit of space here on the outside. It's Paris G. Rivas, lots of contact, still keeps control of it. Left-footed ball looking for Binns. Binns now. Binns was tackled as made his approach. It was Chang, the aggressiveness there from Monarchs.
And I think if you're a Roughnecks fan, you want to see the number 11 in the white shirt, Joachim Rivas, more on the ball and doing a little bit of what he did then, just a little glimpse of what he can do. Very skillful player, but needs to be on the ball for the Roughnecks.
Adams out wide. Montano was there, just behind the runner. Still in the danger spot. 2 defenders went down to clear it away. On sides is Velasquez. Curler back in the header. Well, that was a great ball there from the byline.
It was, and it was just wide. We'll see a replay in a minute. Here it is. It was a great ball, as you say. And one of my favourite things, getting to the byline, they're pulling it back, and there's the glancing header just wide of the target. But, you know, just before that, the Roughnecks got themselves in a bit of a state there because they were trying to dribble out of their box, which is a coach's nightmare, isn't it?
That was the run on an angle from Chang. Here's over the top. Almost. Gamble. That ball was able to split both defenders and almost perfectly drop right into Gamble on the run. We'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah, here's the long ball through, and that sometimes against a really good defense. We can bring Brady Ballou in on that in a minute. It just bounced away from Michael Gamble, but Brady, if you know you're up against a strong defense like the Roughnecks are tonight, sometimes the ball over the top might not look the prettiest, but it's the most effective.
With Michael Gamble's speed, you got to take some chances, let him do his best work, and let him create some of his chances on his own. If we can put some balls in behind, you never know what can happen when defenders are facing their own goal.
To the opposite end we go. This will be another corner as it's knocked away. Roughnecks defense doing a job there to not allow an opportunity on goal. As you have seen now, the possession in tight spaces. Watch this as
they were
2 defenders closed down there.
Yeah, talking about getting in behind defenses, they really were in behind. Corner again.
Number 11 settled there with a chest. That one wide of the post.
To be fair, the Roughnecks have defended these, 11 corners now, Pop, pretty well. I mean, here it is. Here's another, defensive rear guard action there. And the shot in the end just wide from Beasler, wasn't it, out from the back there. But Roughnecks have done pretty well defending those corners.
One of the things that the 2018 version of the Roughnecks are excited about is the Titan Sports and Performance Complex. Excited to partner with Titan Sports and Performance Center. Roughnecks here towards the byline. Cut there with the left. Comes off of one of the players. Rivas saves it in enough time. Referee will point towards a corner. Maybe fortunate there are the Roughnecks.
Yeah, I think Henley thought, as I did, that could have been a goal kick.
Yeah, here's Arce. 22-year-old Argentinian.
There is Henley. Lad who's played for Wales.
Arce played 59 minutes last week before he was subbed off. Getting close to that vaudeville time where he likes to go to the bench. It's there. There was a run. The defender tracking back crashed into the turf. Jusino was there.
It's the Roughnecks subs warming up, as you say, Pop. It's about the hour mark, isn't it? The coach likes to make a change.
Here's Gamble. Nice footwork from Gamble. Splits the defenders with the left foot. Not much on it. He turned and gave a little both hands up there to the assistant. I think he was wanting a little bit of help there.
Felt he was fouled from behind.
Might have felt like he was fouled there as well, but referee will point in the direction of the Roughnecks.
He's certainly tricky, isn't he, Gamble? He's a quality act, and if he gets the ball at his feet, no knowing what he can do.
Binns with the back of his head. Out wide, G. Can he get there? No, he cannot.
But that was much better from Binns,
yes,
wasn't it?
Rivas. Curling ball looking there. Well done from Joaquin and the Roughnecks.
Well, applause there I could see from some of the subs and Lloyd Kinnear, the assistant to David Rodrill, because that was a quality ball in and just a glancing header away from the defender. And also from near side to us with an in-swinging left-footer corner.
Fernando Arce. Penalty spot. Knocked away. Then Adams punches this one towards the halfway line. Here's Binns. Plays back for the Roughnecks to reset here. A little bit of press. Cerda. Arce with the header. Roughnecks throw in. Quickly they will go. Gamble. Has G in support to Mirkovic. There's a run from Gamble. Just not enough there. Slip it past the defender. It's Costa.
Great
There's
turn
G
of
on the run to the inside. He's there. Slots it through to the back post. And the Roughnecks have tied up the game at 1. It's Joaquin Rivas on the service from Paris G. And in the 61st minute, the Roughnecks have leveled.
Well, I'm telling you, that is a fantastic piece of skill. You'll see the assist in a minute, Paris G. That is just what you want if you're a striker. And Rivas says, thank you very much. I'll tap that one home for the first goal at One Oak this season to make it 1-1. But look at Paris G's skill here when we get the replay. And the perfect ball in. And here is the replay, which we can take you through now. Look at that for a piece of skill from Paris G. And look at that pop. That is the perfect ball for a tap-in for Mr. Rivas. And I'm telling you, let's bring Brady Ballou in. Brady Ballou, that's the kind of thing you used to do for the Roughnecks. That is the perfect ball in, isn't it, if you're a striker?
Paris Guy is as cool as you like in that situation. Wow, that guy's wearing sunglasses tonight, I swear to gosh.
I mean, it is the perfect ball. You can't see more. It was out of the reach of the keeper, and the Roughnecks are back in at 1-1.
Quickly to the opposite end, here comes Velasquez, cutting to the center of the pitch, knocked off of the ball there. Referee says play on, no foul. Roughnecks might be able to take advantage of the opportunity here. Out wide, here's Paris one more time. Heels towards the touchline. Roughnecks now see how this goal will propel them forward as Mirkovic now plays the square ball. Building from the back.
Well, and they're starting to get more possession of the football, Pop, and it's quite simple, isn't it?
Looking there for Gamble, tried to flick around the defender. There's Binns, comes over with a challenge. That will be a foul as Velasquez picks himself up off the turf.
Really important now, Mirkovic and Binns holding that midfield together for the Roughnecks. Here's the replay again. Look at that for a ball. Paris G. And there's Rivas with the tap in.
The defender is caught in a position there where he's tracking back. Unless there's communication coming from the backside, he's completely unaware that Rivas is making that far post run. It's a tough spot for the trailing defender to be in.
But partly caused because of that ball that goes across the
You're
keeper.
Exactly right.
Isn't it? It puts the defender in doubt. 1-1. Good game now. If it wasn't before.
You know, it's amazing how important the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half have been for just the Tulsa side, going back over the history in the 3 previous years of this club. Think about the times when this club has conceded the second goal in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, and to see a reversal here tonight. See how they handle this. And that's a bad way to start. Plenty of space there. Lucky Serta, not much as far as danger is concerned.
Well, I think we've got a hamstring injury.
That's Perez who just pulled up there, and yes, I think he reached to the back of the left leg.
Yeah,
he's having a hard time straightening out that leg, so we should see our first sub for the Tulsa side coming up here in one moment.
No, you're right about the scoring, isn't it? I mean, the Roughnecks there, if they'd well, Mirkovic picks up a yellow card there. I think he wanted the ball. Now he's just got to leave the ball alone, walk away. He's had the yellow card, just walk away. But there's a little bit going on in another group of players there.
Dave, like I told you, Mirkovic, I don't know any other way to put this. Mirkovic don't play. He just doesn't mess around. You saw Velasquez come in, give him a little bit of push, and now is where you have to get somebody in there, though, to separate him from the bunch. And
yes.
I would assume that that's rather a handful to try to move.
Yeah, he's got his yellow. He gets out of the way, but there was another kind of group of players off the ball there, Pop, that was needed sorting out. Here's Mirkovic. Very untidy challenge, you have to say. Down goes, is it Adams, is that? And Mirkovic doesn't need to do that. And, you know, as I said, I don't like it when players, you know, just get the yellow card, walk away, and now he's still chatting to the referee.
Mirkovic comes over from St. Louis, also spent time in Sacramento and Orange County over the last 4 seasons.
We're going to see a substitution for the Roughnecks here. It's Riggs Lennon, isn't it, coming on? And he's going to go straight up front.
Riggs Lennon is a former member of the Real Monarchs SLC, making one appearance with him last year. Spent some time with Lane United of PDL. Comes to us from the University of Virginia. Also Creighton, where he played during his senior year. There's Serta, who volleys that one away to the outside, and the Roughnecks now trying to go quickly on the counter. Saw Briggs there hold up both hands to the outside, wanting a little bit more of an explanation there, and now we've got another little scuffle.
I'll tell you what, we'll just bring Brady in there because I think it was a hamstring injury, Brady, wasn't it, right in front of you? Was it left hamstring, we think?
Yeah, John Perez pulled up early with his left hamstring. Kobe Dale Smith tended to him, and it looks like he's out. He's definitely uncomfortable on the bench over here.
But it seems like a straight swap, bringing in Riggs Lennon up front.
I think they'd prefer Riggs out of the wing, but they're going to give him a run up top, see if he can create something. His first touch was a good little flick back into the middle of the park, so he's done well so far. Let's see if he can continue to do so.
68th minute. We are level at 1 after Joaquin Rivas scores the first goal of the 2018 season, and things are now starting to get a little bit chippy, Dave Saunders.
Yeah, I think it's trying to see who's down there for the Monarchs. I think it's Portillo there, isn't it? Gone down holding his leg.
Rivas is in the middle of that. Beasler comes over to separate them. Now cooler heads have prevailed here. Beasler still having a few conversations with members of the Roughnecks players, including Mirkovic, and now a yellow card is shown here to Riggs Lennon, who just made his first appearance.
Yeah, Portillo was involved.
Gives us an opportunity to tell you about Select. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. And there you see sliding through. It was Portillo.
Yeah, again, it's one of those, isn't it, that, you know, I get it why the referee's given a yellow card, but it's one of those where they both kind of kicked each other's foot. Yeah, it's an offside.
Even on the curl, Riggs found himself offsides.
Just need to keep a lid on it, both sets of players now, so it doesn't get totally out of hand. We've seen a few yellow cards. I think, to be fair to the official, I think he's done pretty well so far.
Velasquez. A good piece of defending there to take away that slotted pass to the outside. Rivas has a run. Attempted cross knocked down. Well done though there from Tulsa. Here's Binns. Binns.
Not quite as close as the other Jamaican we saw nod one in. Some Usain Bolt. Did you see that one on Twitter? Nodded in a goal in the midweek. I think he was practicing with Dortmund.
I did not see that, but I did see the kicks that Puma presented to Usain.
Well, he'd certainly be quick, wouldn't he? But it wasn't a bad headed goal. I'm sure some people out there saw that one on Twitter. Talking of Twitter, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter.
How about my man Ibrahimovic, who signs with the Galaxy and takes out a full-page ad in the Los Angeles Times that just says, "Los Angeles, you're welcome."
Confident young man, I would say. 1-1, great game here.
Arce out wide. Roughnecks controlling the possession here. Here's Rivas. Expected more of a run there from Lennon. Throw in now coming up for the Monarchs. Paris over the top, looking there for Lennon. Assistant's flag is up.
But we can bring in Brady there. Brady, a couple of points. I mean, number one, is Riggs Lennon just going a yard too quickly there?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of two things. It's Riggs getting eager to get in behind, and I think it's whoever put that ball in, just taking that extra split second.
Here's Adams with the blast. Knocked down by the defender. Mirkovic clears. Here's Binns. Has a little bit of space in front of him. Elects to go to the outside. Rivas. Lennon's first true touch on sides. Binns now. It's Portillo that came out to close down on Binns. Mirkovic finds Montano. Good ball to the outside. Rivas from the byline. Crosses in. It's there. Just over the top of Riggs Lennon, and also trailing behind was Munoz. Roughnecks now have to get back. Munoz tracking through the center of the pitch to the opposite end. Portillo.
Well, it was a wonderful threaded ball through to Rivas. So Rivas couldn't have hit a more perfect left foot cross there, and Lennon just mistimed it.
Rivas has had two great crosses this evening. The left-footed attempt. Slow roller to Fabian Cerda. Watch this cross on the replay.
There it is. And there's Lennon. He just mistimed his run, I think. Difficult when you come into the fray, isn't it? And he hasn't, as you said, he hasn't had many touches where he's been onside. So goes down and gets the foul there.
Riggs is 6'1". He needed to be about 6'2".
Yeah. But Brady Ballou, if you're a striker, that was the perfect cross from Mr. Rivas, wasn't it?
An absolutely tantalizing cross from Rivas. Those are the ones that strikers just live for. It's a shame Riggs couldn't get onto it.
Listen to Brady with tantalizing.
I'm using big words this season, I promise.
Brady
again, take our job before you know it, Dave Saunders.
He will. Brady, just tell us about the mindset of both sets of players now. I mean, the Monarchs were in control for probably the best part of the first half. The Roughnecks have come into this, got their goal back. You know, who's on top, and what's the mindset of the players and the coaches right now with 15 minutes to go, 16 minutes to go?
Well, at this point, I don't think the Monarchs have really capitalized on all their opportunities in the 18. They haven't been sharp enough in that final third. And that's kind of caused the Roughnecks to get back into the swing of things, kind of giving them that confidence. And that goal led by Paris G and Joaquin Rivas has really given us a little bit of momentum. Now it's up to the steady back line of Real Monarchs to kind of slow down this pace and make it even keel again.
It's Coach Vaught, Coach Briggs as well. USL Coach of the Year. What a job that he did last season, coming in there after 1 week and propelling this Monarchs side on to the regular season championship. As you'll see tonight, Roughnecks playing in their primary whites. New Balance is the official sportswear provider of the Roughnecks FC. Look for the full line of New Balance products in the Roughnecks team store at One Oak Field. Stop by, see Tom, tell him we sent you. Curler into the box, knocked away, and a foul now from behind.
Yeah, correct decision. Just caught Beasler there from behind. Difficult to predict the outcome, isn't it, Pop? 1-1. You know, all three results very much in the balance. Paris G's just caught the wrong side there, and now fouls Baird, and he'll get a yellow card. He just got caught there, Paris G. The wrong side. Well played, Baird. Drew the foul.
They're not as temperamental this time after this foul.
See there, Paris G just the wrong side, and he goes back. He's always trying to play catch up there, isn't he?
Yeah, no real intent. He was making a definite play for the ball there, but like you said, Opposite side. We'll have a sub now for the Monarchs. This will be Kalen Ryden.
And also, just quickly bring Brady in. Brady behind you. I think there's some activity going on. Maybe the Roughnecks thinking about another sub imminently.
From what I can hear over here on the sideline, it looks like they're about to put Josh Morton or Eti Tavares in, if not both. Yeah, Josh Morton's getting undressed as we speak, and it looks like he could come in for possibly Paris G.
Serta called into action.
Did the safest thing, Fabian Serta there, didn't he? Double punch out.
Quick footwork. Just turned away there. Was Arce.
Yeah, he's working hard for the cause, Arce, isn't he? Just got the ball stuck under his feet, but he was willing to chase down the defender.
There's Lennon. Tough ball came in to deal with on the first touch. Hoffman, who's been rather quiet here in the second half for the Monarchs. Baird to Portillo. Oh, missed chance there. Baird found himself in some space.
That was nearly the perfect ball from Portillo, wasn't it? If it had gone to the feet of Baird, that would have been a really good opportunity. Roughnecks going to make that sub, predicted by Brady Ballou.
And this will be Josh Morton who comes on.
Yeah, the most recent signing for the Roughnecks.
Youngster comes to us from Cal. '63 matches and appeared in 65 in 4 years at Cal. Earned honorable mention All Pac-12 team his senior year. MLS Super Draft 4th round pick for the Fire. I get subbed in last week. Somehow, we thought that Gamble might have saved that, but the assistance flag came up at the last minute. That one's close.
That was close. And it's interesting there from Ryden, the sub. I don't know whether he was saying to the assistant, no, I think you got that one wrong, or he was trying to get the ball, but it was an interesting little conversation they must have had there.
Morton gets his first touch. Brady's not allowed to answer this. Name me the other former Roughneck player that played at Cal.
I can tell you exactly who it is after this attack. Oh, it's an offside. I want to go for Mr. Alex Mangles.
Correct, sir. Who has found some time with T2.
Alex was also part of our broadcast team 1 week as well.
80th minute. Still level at 1. Plenty of time left here. Oh, that ball. Well, you thought with the pace that when it came off of the foot was going to find its way through, but good defending there and tracking back from Beasler.
Yeah, that was good defending, wasn't it? Or Riggs Lennon was in then. Beat the experts. Have you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com? Show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results to the USL's matchups each week of the season.
Bit of danger here. Ball played in. Referee will point for a corner.
And that was Mr. Baird cropping up on the right-hand side.
Found himself with acres of space there for a moment.
And yet another corner.
This is Adams now.
Everybody back inside the box again for the Roughnecks to defend this corner.
The outside, the blast.
Well, that was Portillo, and I'm telling you, that was not far away from the crossbar.
That had some pace on it from Portillo.
Struck it well, didn't he?
We'll see it on the replay.
Look how close this is to grazing the bar there. Look.
Not that far.
Good strike.
Just had enough of a rise on it. Horwath has to knock this one out of play. Quickly with the throw in. Arce now turns from the corner of the 18. Step over move. Just too many defenders that are there. Roughnecks, however, still maintain possession. Mirkovic to Rivas to the outside. Taken away to the opposite end. Velasquez has help to the outside. Monarchs now on the attack.
Two Roughnecks players getting each other's way there. But thankfully it's broken up from the home side's point of view.
Gamble. Overlapping run to the outside. Has Morton. Right-footed ball from Morton is there as a header. Directly at it, and the follow and the finish. And look who it is one more time. It's Joaquin Rivas with the brace on the night. And the Roughnecks now have themselves a 2-1 lead.
My goodness me, not long left in the game, and you can see the celebrations there, Pop. All sorts of things going on. It was a pretty good save, I have to say, from the Riggs Lennon header from the keeper, Horwath. But there is Mr. Rivas, and with another tap-in, 2 tap-ins for him tonight. The Roughnecks now lead by 2-1, and we've got 7 minutes to go.
Let's give all the credit in the world to Morton here.
Fantastic play. Look, he's right on the bar. What about that again? The quality of the cross. There's Lennon with the header. Good save from the keeper. And there's Rivas to tap it in. If you're the keeper, you're thinking maybe another day that sticks, and I hold on to that one. But Rivas will gladly take up the scraps of that one going loose. Another substitution to talk about.
Brady Ballou, 2 goals for Joaquin tonight. That one directly in front of him and slots it in. Great performance here in the home opener for Joaquin.
This is a case where all 3 guys in the position they were in did the right thing. Morton putting in a cross just outside of the keeper's hands. Riggs Lennon heading the ball down and away from where he was. And then Joaquin following up the play. Any goal is a good goal in my opinion. And now he's got a brace to talk about.
Brady, wait till you see the cross from Morton on the replay. He's almost falling over the touchline. He's off balance with this right-footed ball, and it's a thing of beauty.
Love it.
It's been a theme of the game, hasn't it? The crosses. There's the replay again. Look, and Rivas reeling away in front of his favourite end to scoring. There's Arce, who's just done well tonight and been substituted after 84 minutes of hard work. He's done well, that young man, tonight.
Eti Tavares on for Tulsa here in the 85th minute.
Yeah, Morton's gone to right back. Here's Paris G on the ball here, gone into a sort of central midfield role. We said in the first half he is a player that can play in various positions. That's a dangerous header back from the defender, Beasler.
Don't forget that you can cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice for USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the entire season.
You know, we'll bring Brady in a minute about the formation, because there's Serda catching the ball. It's almost, Brady, I think, what we call the false 9. I don't think the Roughnecks are actually playing with anybody up top. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think with about 10 minutes to go now, it's about preserving the lead and being cautious and taking our time as we go through things. Serda won't take any chances in the back, and we'll put those balls in the corner and continue to play.
And hope for a very low number on the board if you're a Roughnecks fan at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
But if you're the Monarchs, Pop, you're still thinking we can get something out of this, of course.
There's still a lot of work to be done. Settled there with the cross. No trouble for the back line of the defense. There's Binns, or excuse me, that's Tavares who's come on. Gamble. Gamble. 2v1 here. Knocked off of the ball, looking for a little help there from the AR.
Yeah, you say 2v1. I think at one point it was 4v1, wasn't it? But Gamble did really well, and I think that's part of what Coach Vodge is saying. Gamble, you play wide, you get the ball, you get down into that corner.
That's 2 or 3 times now the Monarchs have found themselves with space there in the far corner. Fortunate there on the cross. Roughneck side, Portillo. Looping ball into the box, headed away. Still free and coming away with it now. Tulsa, Rivas.
And this is where the Roughnecks need to hold on to the ball. There's an offside. Tavares.
Munoz was up after intercepting that pass and kept his run moving forward. Shot from behind the keeper.
I think Mirkovic is playing slightly deeper as well now, deeper than he was before.
Headed out of the area there by Chicino. They've crammed everyone back inside that defensive third, haven't they, Dave?
They certainly have. As I said, they're playing what we call a false 9. It's almost like a back 4 and a 6, 4-6-0.
Boy, well done there from Ryden, because Gamble is a handful when he has a few steps.
Monarchs, as you would expect them to have gone from a back 4 to a back 3 now as well.
The ball on the angle. Roughnecks surrounding 3, sometimes 4 defenders around every man with the ball.
That's the only problem there, isn't it? If you're a Roughnecks fan, you want someone up front to hold it up, but it was just hit up the field there. But that's the way they're playing it. They're going to sit in. They're going to try and see out this last couple of minutes plus the board.
89th minute. Simple header there. Tap to the outside.
Yeah, head-in-hand time for Gamble there. Holds his hand up for Paris G. Could have been in behind the defence there. That's a great ball.
It's there. The opportunity just missed, and the Monarchs have leveled at 2. It's Hoffman, who had mentioned earlier had a quiet second half and happened to be in the right place at the right time. And the Monarchs with the equalizer here late.
Well, I hope we get this on the replay. The quality of this ball was hit 50 or 60 yards to the right. Where do we come? There it is. You just caught the end of it there, and that allows a great ball in there. And Hoffman gets 2 bites of the
touches,
cherry.
Yeah. And that was Michael Chang. How about this? Horwath had to come off of his line, challenged Riggs Lennon.
But the quality of that ball, Pop, that was just out of our replay there to allow the cross in from the right was just something to behold. A really good ball.
It's something that I didn't see in live action, was the fact that Hoffman got the first touch on it as well. And again, more space to the far post now. Poor clearance that's there. And the Monarchs have taken the 3-2 lead. That's Charlie Adams. And the Roughnecks have conceded 2 in the last 90 seconds.
Well, the Monarchs have got something about them. They were 2-1 down, a minute ago. Now they lead by 3 goals to 0. I just want to see this from the defensive point of view from the Roughnecks here. Did they have an opportunity, Pop, to clear that? We'll see it here on the replay now. Here's the ball into the box. That's a quality ball. There's the header. I'm just wondering here, did they have an opportunity there? Morton, I think it was, didn't quite get enough on it.
Not much.
Mirkovic was there, and look at the frustration of the Roughnecks players. But if you're a Monarchs fan, you're absolutely delighted because we're now going to be seeing the fourth official hold up the board.
But Dave, that has all been a part of the amount of space that the Monarchs have had on the far wing, and it's been Chang consistently of playing those crosses in. Those are two brilliant crosses in a row that has resulted in 2 goals.
Again, the theme of the game, the quality of the crosses. Here's another one from Rivas' corner.
Roughnecks not out of opportunities yet. All the fans wanted, this supporter section wanted a handball.
Referee said it was a header, and I think he was right.
There's Michael Chang will dribble this to the corner. Quickly, the Roughnecks have to put this one back in play.
Well, Pop, it must have been seconds between those 2 goals. It wasn't a minute, was it? Between the second and third goals for the Monarchs, and suddenly it's gone very, very quiet here with the home fans.
Quickly, we'll put this one out of play. Roughnecks need a quick throw in. It's Morton. Paris will track this one down. Off the deflection, Serta now up towards midfield. Morton with the chest is there. Incredible.
I think that is a brilliant decision from the AR. The Monarchs defence are saying, why wasn't he offside? If you looked along the line, we might get a replay on this one. There are a whole host of white shirts all running out, and the referee is there. Look, I think that's a brilliant piece of officiating from the AR.
Settled with the chest and falling away, just couldn't get enough of, with the right foot, to curl it back over the top of the goalkeeper. Now we have a Monarchs player that was down in the center circle. Will give me an opportunity to remind everyone about the new From the Pitch segment. You can hear exclusive stories directly from USL's players and USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. And Mark Briggs is probably thinking to himself that, can't believe we found ourselves in this position.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, really, isn't it, for both coaches tonight? Dave Votterill must have thought, you know, we're on for 3 points here, and then when the second went in, okay, a point, and then a few seconds later, have the Monarchs got the winner, or are the Roughnecks going to snatch something at the end here?
Still not done. Serta will stumble for a second, regains his composure. Maybe time for maybe one more ball forward into the box. It's there. Riggs Lennon, and the keeper up and has it. Approaching 5 minutes now here of stoppage time.
Well, let's bring Brady in. Brady, just unbelievable. Two goals to concede there is just the worst thing, isn't it, for the Roughnecks?
It's a fairy tale ending for the Monarchs, though. I think the Roughnecks began to invite too much pressure with 10 minutes to go, and it becomes difficult to withstand wave after wave of pressure, and inevitably Chandler Hoffman does what Chandler Hoffman does. He's a goal shark, and he finishes his chances.
Rivas. Left-footed cross, curling. Easy play there for Ryden. There Rivas took a tumble. Referee will wave it off. Brady, how much contact was there?
It looked like a penalty to me.
Certainly it's what we call untidy, isn't it? It was an untidy challenge, and that will be it, Pop.
Here's the replay. Oh.
On another day, possibly.
Maybe a little bit of a left hand into the back of Joaquin Rivas, but the story here is the Monarchs, with 2 goals in the waning moments, and find themselves with 3 points on the road to open up the 2018 campaign. And their season off to a good start. Corey Baird got things going here in the 7th minute with his goal. And Dave, last year what helped the Monarchs have such success was the fact that in their first 12 games, they only have suffered 1 defeat in the first 12 games. Here they come on the road again and get the 3-2 win, with Charlie Adams there with the game winner there in the 90th minute for the visitors.
Well, they're a good side, you know, and it's a never say die, isn't it? You know, they were 2-1 down. A lot of people have written them off, but not them. They came at the Roughnecks, as Brady said, they wave upon wave of attacks, and you know the Roughnecks conceded 2 within a minute, and the Monarchs go away with the points. There'll be lots of things for David Vodrill to work on with his team. There'll be lots of good points for them as well.
All right, we're going to throw it down to the field level to Angel for our interview with Coach Vod.
Buenas noches, David. Habéis hecho lo más difícil, habéis dado la vuelta al marcador y al final ese gol.
Sí, qué lástima. Estamos jugando muy bien para llegar al 2-1 en segundo, y yo estoy pensando que si no 3 puntos que vamos a empatar, pero tengo mucho orgullo para el equipo porque en el primer partido primer tiempo estábamos muy frustrados y no estamos jugando muy bien, regalando balón, y estamos jugando, qué buena segundo tiempo, por excepto los últimos 10 minutos. Cuando estamos 2-1 estamos un poco flojo. No tuvimos la intensidad para ganar este partido, pero estamos mejorando la forma, y yo creo que en una semana más que estamos 100% para jugar contra Orange County.
¿Te vas contento, te vas satisfecho por el punto?
Sí, porque no jugábamos muy bien en Oklahoma City, y hoy yo creo que en el segundo tiempo tuvimos mucho carácter y actitud y más ganas para trabajar para los compañeros, para los pibes, y por eso estoy feliz. Estoy contento, no feliz, pero contento porque estamos mejorando. Yo creo que para mí este es uno de los mejores equipos en toda la liga, y yo creo que vamos a estar con ellos al fin de la temporada.
Y el próximo domingo Orange County, ahí es donde tenéis que dar vuestro mejor nivel.
Sí, yo creo que como muchos equipos están mejor que el año pasado, pero yo creo que es un buena rival para nosotros y tenemos que ganar. Si no vamos a ganar, estamos un poco abajo y tenemos que trabajar para todos puntos.
Gracias, David.
All right, there's the comments from head coach Dave Vodrill as the Roughnecks fall here in the 2018 home opener 3-2 to the Real Monarchs. And Dave, this match had a little bit of everything tonight. Had the early goal from the Monarchs, battled pretty much even after that point all the way into halftime, and then we saw the Roughnecks draw level with a goal in the first 15 or 20 minutes of the second half, eventually take the lead, and at that point you had to feel really good about just being able to hang on at that time. But Monarchs, that's what made them the best team in the Western Conference last year, and they come in and they're another strong side here, and they open up the campaign with a 3-2 win.
Pop, great sides, and we'll call the Monarchs a great side, always find a way to win. And they did tonight. Some people would say they were lucky. Some people would say they feel sorry for the Roughnecks, but great sides find a way to win. They had the better of the first half. The Roughnecks got into it in the second half. As you say, they got the lead. To concede 2 in a minute is always disappointing, but congratulate the winners tonight, the Monarchs.
Roughnecks will now bounce back. 2 more home games here before they go back out on the road. Next week is the 3 o'clock start here with the first afternoon game at One Oak Field, and they'll go home to their Case and Associates apartments and put up their feet on their court furniture, rental furniture that they've got there, and try to get set for a match. And now you've got to worry about, you drop the season opener, you drop the home opener. Now it's about just maintaining a level of confidence heading into training this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Roger will be looking for that. They'll have a day off tomorrow. They'll get back in on Monday. And like you say, they've got to keep this going now. They conceded a goal last week and lost. They've been in a 5-goal thriller tonight. You know, the first win will come. But as you say, it's back to training and it's keeping that enthusiasm going. They're still getting to know each other. But there'll be some good things that Coach Roger can draw out of tonight's game. Got
some highlights that we will check out from tonight's action here at One Oak Field during the 2018 season opener. And we'll start things off with the beautiful display of downtown Tulsa with the fireworks and the flag. And here's the first goal on a brilliant service there from Cheng to Baird.
Yeah, brilliant cross. It was the theme of the night, the crossing. You'll see it again in our highlights package here. Well, fantastic cross, nothing the defender could do. Here's another cross, not enough on this one to get another goal, thankfully, from the Roughnecks' point of view, but still 1-0 at that point to the Monarchs.
Arce's first opportunity off of his corner, bounces back out to him, and an attempt that just goes by the opposite post.
Yeah, he had a good night, the Argentinian tonight, filling big shoes from Juan Pablo Cafe. Here's another opportunity. Fabian Soda there doing well just off his 6-yard line.
Here's the second half with the Roughnecks get their scoring underway.
Yeah, they came into the second half. They must have had a good team talk. This was a brilliant piece of play from Paris G. And look at the quality of the cross there. If you're Joaquin Rivas coming in there, you couldn't have asked for it to be wrapped up more with a ribbon, could you? Look at this cross here from Paris G. The perfect cross, 1-1.
Here comes Morton on as Rivas in the celebration as he gets the shower. Morton, who just came on here at this point, towards the byline, that falling away there. Brilliant cross, the header by Riggs Lennon, and the follow by Joaquin Rivas.
Three things to say. Great cross, great header, and then a great finish after the keeper possibly here could have done a little bit better by his standards.
Here's Portillo with the long ball here into space. It's Cheng, the one-time cross. Hoffman gets two pieces of it. That's the equalizer at 2. Oh, and by the way, the Monarchs aren't done. Here's Cheng one more time. Left-footed cross to the far post. The header kept in play. Poor cross or poor clearance there from Morton right to Adams. And that is the game winner there in the 90th minute.
Yeah, Morton will be a little bit disappointed that he couldn't have cleared that one with the second goal. What a great ball from Portillo. Some 60-yard ball, and that was the quality cross that was allowed from that pass. And congratulations to the Monarchs. They've come away with a 3-2 narrow victory.
There's Joaquin Rivas now signing autographs with the fans, something that the Roughnecks players always find themselves doing. Hey, we want to say that the copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, or retransmission or another use of this product without the express written permission of the USL is prohibited. Fans will always make sure that they get the autographs here from the Roughnecks players. So the Roughnecks will be back at it again next weekend, 3 o'clock here, with the first afternoon game here at One Oak Field, with an opportunity to have their first points of the season and back to training, Dave, this week. It should be an interesting week, and we'll see what Coach Vaude comes up with during training this week to try to get this team back and ready to play.
We know that Coach Vaude is a top coach, and he's got a great coaching staff. He's got a great set of players, and we'll see, as you say, how they come out. Don't forget, folks, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Can't wait for that one. Next Saturday here at One Oak.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in to watch us tonight, not only here locally on Cox, but also on the YouTube feed and USLsoccer.com. For Brady Ballou, great job tonight, Brady, new member of the broadcast team. For all the production staff here at One Oak and part of the Tulsa Roughnecks, for my partner Dave Saunders as well, I'm Jeremy Poplin saying have a great rest of your weekend, and next week be back here at 3 o'clock for the Roughnecks.
For 100 years, Tulsa has trusted Hillcrest Medical Center. Decades of innovation, inspiration, and passion have positioned Hillcrest as a premier hospital in Tulsa. It takes more than just medicine to save a life. It takes courage, patience, and determination. Thank you for a century of trust and the privilege to serve you. Hillcrest Medical Center, serving Oklahoma for 100 years.
PSO Power Hours customers talk about their new thermostat.
The fact that you get a free thermostat, it's quite a perk.
Makes your house a smart home because of the Wi-Fi thermostat.
I can get the app on my phone and I can adjust the thermostat as I need it.
Just pull out the phone, you can turn it to what you want it to, and whenever you walk in, the house is nice and cozy.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I mean, I love that feature.
See your program options and sign up today at psoklahoma.com/powerhours.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
More and more people have discovered something stronger, more dependable, longer lasting in a Chevy truck. And now you can too. See why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Get a total value of almost $8,000 on this Silverado All-Star when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $2,500 competitive owner cash allowance.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.